Today, I'm going to show you step by step exactly how I set up my Chime CRM to make $332,000 last year, working less than 10 hours a week. What's up, guys? Tommy Muchler here, your lazy agent. And for those of you that don't know, I spent the last 4 years building and testing and perfecting my Chime CRM and setting it up to fully automate my real estate business. Now, is it fully automated? No, it is mostly automated. And today, I want to show you step by step exactly how I set up my Chime CRM and how you can copy exactly what I'm doing. So whether you're brand new to Chime and you're just getting started, or you've been using it for a while and want to learn how to use Chime and automate your business, then you're really going to love this video today. It is going to be super fun. All right, guys, now here we are inside of my Chime CRM. Now, I'm not going to show you every single little detail, every little hack inside of Chime. There's obviously a lot here. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, basically the way Chime is set up is we have our People's tab right here where you manage all your people. Obviously, you got your transactions where you manage your transactions. Your calendar, which you think would be a dumb tool, is actually really important for booking appointments. It's actually a lot of old CRMs had really bad calendar integrations, but now with booking appointments, these are it's a really important tool. Listings is where you can manage all your listings and of course view the MLS. Campaigns is all of your marketing. Reports is something you're never going to look at except maybe once or twice. Website is where you build and set up your website. Marketplace is for all the fun little goodies and add-ons you want to buy, because why wouldn't Chime try to upsell you more stuff? And again, what CRM doesn't? But that's okay. It's cool because you can customize your CRM. And then settings is of course where you set it all up. You have this nifty little search bar. This is your inbox, so you can view all your communications, all your texting, all your emails. You can view it right here. So if you just want one inbox to view all client communications, you can. You also have down here on the right side where you can view all your recent chats. And for some reason, the little red dot doesn't sync with the mailbox. So you won't be able to, so if you look at it inside of the mailbox, like a communication, it's not going to tell it's been read over here. So I'd pick one or the other. It's kind of annoying. I don't even look at this button over here. I think it's kind of pointless at this point, considering Chime has added this new nifty communications box. You got your opportunities right here where you can see all your potential opportunities. You got your notifications for all your leads, and then you got some help and some settings. All right, now let's go ahead and jump into our People's tab. Now our People's tab is basically just all of our leads. It's where all of our leads live. Now these are both of your leads, your clients, your sphere. It's kind of like everything. So any sort of contact you have, think of it kind of as like your phone's contact directory. You can sort and organize all your leads, see where they're all at. You have different segments. This was previously known as groups. So if you watch any of my old trainings, this was known as groups. It's now known as segments. And then we have something called the pipeline right here. Now the pipeline is super important, and you're going to notice that my pipeline looks different than your pipeline. And that is because I am very intentional and spent a long time and a lot of money testing and experimenting and figuring out the best way to work my pipeline. Now the pipeline is basically kind of like a client journey. So you want to move your clients down this pipeline from your new lead when the lead first comes in, and then you want to nurture them, and hopefully, maybe they're a warm lead or a cold lead, and then you want to book an appointment, and after you book the appointment, they become an active client, and then you're under contract or pending, right? And then you're going to be closing those leads. So you want to make sure you're closing them. In a nutshell, this is how you want to structure your pipeline. And this is basically your business in a nutshell. Like, you can really just break your business down to this, and with the goal of, hey, we want to close leads. Well, how do we close them? Well, we get them under contract. How do we get leads under contract? Well, we got to book appointments with them and meet them and turn them into active clients. How do we get booked appointments? We need to generate leads and nurture those leads. So basically, this is your entire business in a nutshell, and we're going to be moving leads again down this pipeline to hopefully close them. Now, the way we edit this is we have this little gear icon right here on the right side, and you can go through and edit and create different pipelines inside of the system. Now, you can create them, you can move them around, you can delete them. Yours is going to look a little bit different. The only two pipelines you cannot edit at all are going to be the new leads pipeline. It's always going to be the first one. And then the closed lead, you can't delete it, but you can move it around anywhere you want. I put mine after pending for obvious reasons. Now, this is super, super important because this is basically the foundation of our entire business. Now, once you have your pipeline set up, we're going to go over to settings, and assuming if you haven't already, we're going to go ahead and import all of our leads. Now, just go ahead and import them, follow the directions. It's really simple. I would make sure you put them in the nurture pipeline. So if you have leads that you don't know what to do with and you don't know where to put them, like see if you already have hot leads or you already have clients you're actively working with, obviously move those leads to those pipeline stages. However, if you don't know where to put any of your leads, we're going to stick them all in our nurture section, and we're going to work those leads and go through that massive list, because I know some of you have thousands and thousands of leads. I got about 3,000 leads, so trying to organize all those leads would take me quite a while. I do have some smart plans on how to set that up, and I'll show you, but we're going to just kind of set up our entire Chime CRM so we can fully automate it. Now we're going to go to campaigns. In our campaign section, we're going to go ahead and create and set up all of our smart plans. Now, the way I have my smart plans set up, there's basically one goal in mind, and that is going to be to schedule the appointment. So if I go back to our pipeline for a second, just to kind of show you what I'm talking about, we want to move our leads down to the appointment. Once we set the appointment, then we move them to these other stages in the pipeline. But the main goal of this first section of the pipeline is to schedule an appointment. And we're going to do that with our smart plans. Now, I have a ton of smart plans here, as you can see, a whole bunch of them, all for different scenarios. And the reason I have them for different scenarios, because every buyer, every seller is on a different journey. They're at a different stage. They're ready to go now. They're just looking. They're looking for a friend. They live out of state. They're working with another agent, or you lose contact with them, or they're a first-time home buyer, or they're a luxury buyer. Like, there's just so many different variables. And the way this pipeline is built, and the way I have built out all these smart plans, is to account for every single possible scenario. And the point of all these smart plans is just to book the appointment. Now, if you want some of these smart plans, I got a bunch of free smart plans down below. I actually have a full free course that you can get on how to automate your Chime CRM. You can click the link in the description, watch this video first, but definitely check out that free course. You can also go to freechimecourse.com and sign up and take this free course and get a ton of my smart plans that you can just copy and paste into your own Chime CRM. With that said, let's go ahead and kind of talk about smart plans in case you don't know what they are. Now, for those of you that don't know, Chime's smart plans are basically follow-up campaigns. They're drip campaigns. Obviously, you can send automated emails, you can send automated text messages. You can also do other things like letters and postcards, and you can turn on the AI, although Chime's AI honestly is not really great. I don't recommend using the AI, but you can if you want to. There's a ton of other things you can do. You can do ringless voicemails, you can turn on property alerts, you can change the pipeline, which is actually a really powerful tool I'll show you how to use later. But basically, we're just setting out a bunch of automation. Now, the way automation works is you have a trigger. So our smart plan will start when a particular event happens, and then you have an action. And this is how all automation works. So there's a lot of different CRMs and tools and technology that basically work this way. You have a trigger, and then you have an action. And the way Chime works is we can build out these different triggers for different situations. So let's just say when a lead is newly created, and let's say they are a Chime postcard lead, or a Chime listing lead, or a realtor.com lead. Basically, depending on the lead source, maybe you want to do like different time frames, like they're 1 to 3 months out, and they're not working with a realtor. This smart plan will trigger based off of this conditional logic. And from there, we can send out all these different emails and all these different text messages that are going to hopefully book the appointment. Not hopefully, I mean, maybe for you, hopefully, but for me, it just works. Now, this is really important because I want to talk to you about a few different things on how we're going to be automating this pipeline, or automating our follow-up. Because basically, like I said before, the whole goal here is just to get that appointment. So like I've said before, I have a ton of smart plans. You see, I got all these different smart plans for new website leads, or new seller leads, or open house leads, or home value leads, or FSBO leads, or expired leads, or Chime listing leads, or Calendly leads. Like all these different lead sources basically are going to start automations and start following up and nurturing and working these leads. Now, what happens when we talk to leads and they're not ready to go? So depending on where they're at and what they say, I have these different pipelines. If they're just not interested at all, or they're no longer in the market, I put them in the nurture pipeline. If they are 9 months, I'd say 9 months out, 12 months, you could say 12 months. I like to say 9 months. I put them in the cold pipeline, and the cold pipeline is where I follow up with them at once a month. Warm pipeline is about once every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, I do it roughly every 3 to 6 months, maybe 9 months. I'm going to throw some in the warm pipeline, and I don't really have any hard set rules. I just this is how I do it. Hot pipeline, I'm following up with them weekly. Basically, the way I look at it is you kind of determine how you want to follow up with them. If they're a hot lead, it's weekly. If it's a warm lead, it's bi-weekly. And then if it's a cold lead, it's once a month. And I build these different Chime automations that are going to be following up with these leads. So let's go ahead and click on the warm buyer follow-up campaign. Now, the way this campaign works is whenever, for whatever reason, a buyer, And I have one for sellers, and there's different variables, whether depending on the type of buyer, if do they live out of state, do they live in state, are they looking for condos or vacant land? Like there's different type of scenarios you can really customize this. But basically for all my general buyers, so this is my general buyer follow-up. Whenever a lead meets the following condition. So again, whenever they meet the warm pipeline. So just when they enter the warm pipeline and they are a local home buyer, and the reason I have the local home buyer tag is because I have a similar automation for my out-of-state buyers, because I work with a lot of out-of-state people who are relocating here. But all my local home buyers, as long as they have these two criteria, they're going to get added to this smart plan, and it's going to send out text messages, emails, ringless voicemails, and a ton of other things, just checking in with them with the sole goal of booking appointments. And this goes for about 150 days. Now, at the very end of this campaign, at the very end of it, we have a change pipeline trigger. So basically, if we don't book an appointment with them within 150 days, they're probably a cold lead at this point. So what I'm going to do is, as soon as this campaign is over, I want to automatically move them by changing the pipeline to the cold lead pipeline. So now they're going to move from here to here completely automatically, which, you guessed it, is going to add them to our cold follow-up campaign. So then once every 30 days, they're going to get followed up again. So again, once the campaign's over, and we don't hear from them for about a year, right? So we're following up with them every single month. It's going to move them to the nurture pipeline. So again, and then it's going to follow up with them once every 3 months. So as you can see, a lot of this follow-up, a lot of this automation is fully automated. The same thing happens when we book an appointment. So if we're able to book an appointment with a lead, depending on how you set that up, and there's different ways to set that up. I use Calendly. I think Calendly is a really good tool. Basically, the second I book a lead with Calendly, or book an appointment with a lead, it's going to move the pipeline automatically to appointment set. So again, not only is this going to be following up with appointments, but the second I'm able to book an appointment, and there's lots of different ways you can book an appointment, it's going to move them to this pipeline, which, as you guessed it, is going to start all this additional automation, again, depending on where they're at, what they're doing. If it's a first time showing appointment, it's going to trigger this campaign. If it's a buyer consultation or a part of our automated buyer consultation, which is super powerful. Holy cow, you guys got to check out that free training down below if you haven't already, because I show you how to set up this automated buyer consultation system. It will double your lead conversion overnight. It's so easy to set up, really easy to make, really, really powerful stuff. But basically, depending on what kind of appointment they are, it's going to trigger one of these smart plans. And then of course, if they are a no-show, or if something goes wrong where the lead sits in the appointment set pipeline for way too long, it's going to trigger different automations. Some are going to re-engage the lead, and some are going to tell you like, hey, something went wrong. You got to like figure out the next step. What happened? Now let's go ahead and talk about property alerts. Now, auto property alerts are probably one of the most powerful tools inside of the Chime CRM. You want to be sending your clients property alerts. That's a huge value proposition that is going to convert a lot of leads into appointments, especially if you're using my automation. If you're going to be using my free smart plans that I give you guys, again, down below, or you can go to the freechimecourse.com and get those smart plans as well. But basically, you want to make sure leads get set up on a property alert to be sending out automated listings. Now, Chime has this really cool tool where it will automatically enable and start sending out property alerts based off of the criteria of whatever home they inquired on. So if they're a Zillow lead or an Opcity lead or a Realtor.com lead or a Homes.com lead or any sort of lead, or maybe they're like an open house lead, or they registered on your website, Chime is going to set up listing alerts by default based off of whatever type of property they were initially interested in. Now, if they were not interested in a property and they just somehow ended up in your CRM and they were never looking at a house, property alerts are not going to trigger automatically. But that should be pretty rare and definitely not the exception. Obviously, you're going to want to set some sort of automation up inside of your Chime CRM to make sure that those people do get property alerts, and you're going to have to go through and manually add them. But most of your leads, probably 95% of your leads, should get a property alerts set up automatically. And of course, you can fine tune it as you talk to them. And of course, they can also fine tune it on their mobile app. So Chime has a really cool client facing app they can use, or you can just set it up for them. Now, the way I have it set up is obviously I'm going to exclude certain pipelines like my do not contact. And I have one for realtors because realtors obviously reach out to me all the time. So I have a few, I throw a few of them in here, but you can exclude different pipelines. I want to make sure I'm only sending properties that are active and back on market. I do not want to send properties that are pending, and we don't do coming soons in our state. So that's what I do. And then I do our location set to same as inquired city. Obviously, if you're in a really big city, maybe a zip code, you could do, I always say no to open houses because I don't want my leads going to open houses, because what's at open houses? Other realtors. And as you know, until they go through my automated bar consultation system, a lot of my leads probably aren't going to be loyal to me. Now, once they're loyal to me, I don't care if they go to open houses, but until then, I don't want to risk it. Now, for frequency, I do daily, and I like Tuesdays and Fridays. You can do, another good one is Tuesdays and Thursdays, or Mondays and Thursdays. And the nice thing about Thursdays or Fridays is because you want to make sure they're getting an alert on those days so you can follow up with them and be like, hey, you want to see houses on this weekend? I like to have listings go out 24 hours after they register. I've just noticed a lot of times when I send it immediately, it makes for like awkward conversations, especially if they're getting like welcome emails and stuff and welcome text. It's just a lot to get blasted with right away, and they're more likely to unsubscribe. So I always do 24 hours later. Same is true for Market Snapshot. I don't do market reports. You can, but I also don't enable market snapshots either. Now, really quick, inside of our settings button, now you can't see it because my face is going to be in the way. Oh, you can kind of see it, is our email. And we want to go ahead and set up some templates. Now we have our automated email templates and we have our property alerts. Now, Chime has these templates built by default. I would not change much. I leave the subject line the same. It works really, really well. However, I do change this line right here. Now they're going to send the listings underneath this email, so you won't have to worry about this. But I like to change my subject line. This property just came on the market and it matches your search. Let me know if you want to see it or if you have any other questions. And I put this in bold, and I swear to God, this probably gets me an extra 3 or 4 appointments a month. It's not a ton, but this right here seems to work really well. And then I do change the wording a little bit for multiple properties. You know, we just sent you 13 new properties, just came on the market that match your search. Let me know if you want to see any of them or if you have any questions. Again, this just works at getting more appointments. So I would definitely change this messaging here to match that. Now, obviously, there is still a ton of other things you can automate inside of your Chime CRM. Honestly, this is probably about 2% of the things I do inside of my Chime CRM to get set up and automated. Again, I do have that free course down below where you can learn a ton more about automating your Chime CRM and all the different little things. And of course, you get all those smart plans and a few other special hacks and bonuses as well. Now, there's still a ton you could do. I got a ton of YouTube videos as well. So if you've already taken the Chime course and you just want to watch YouTube videos, I got a ton on my YouTube channel. Obviously, there's a ton of things you can automate, like you can automate all your advertising and all of your lead gen and all of your lead retargeting. You have the home reports. You can automate your transactions, especially if you hire a transaction coordinator like me. Like, you can automate that entire process. There's other automations like the Social Studios Pro where you can automatically publish your listings and all the status changes. So whether they're going pending or just hitting the market or you accepted an offer or you closed or there's an open house, it's always going to be updating all your social media. Like, there's just so much you can do with the Chime CRM, and it's honestly really, really incredible. And I wish I could talk more about all that it has to offer, and I will in future videos. So with that said, make sure you subscribe and watch this video right here. It's a good one. You're going to love it. So just watch it. It's awesome. And with that said, I'll see you in the next one.